everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanTrucks.com, and this is going to be my detailed review and install of the Ford Performance by Borla Sport Cat-Back Exhaust System, available for your 2015 and newer 3.5-liter EcoBoost powered F-150. So the Ford Performance by Borla Sport system should appeal to the EcoBoost owners out there who have some money to drop on a top quality system. You're really digging that dual split rear exit configuration, and you want the tone to be very aggressive in the process. Aside from that dual split rear exit configuration, prospective buyers can look forward to one of the most unique tips in the category thanks to the rectangular black chrome options featuring that Ford logo. This system is going to be on the expensive side at the mid $1,200 price point, and we'll get a strong 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter from me, as some owners might need to trim depending on your wheelbase, but nevertheless we will have some more on that later on. But since this is an exhaust video after all, let's dive head first into the sound profile you can expect when bolting up the Sport system. And as I pointed out earlier guys, this one is pretty strong overall. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going right to my Wake the Neighbor scale, where I have the Sport coming in at a rather robust 4 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to Wake the Neighbor scale. In my opinion, the Attack from Borla and the Outlaw from Flowmaster both will be a little bit louder than this system, but this is certainly worthy of an honorable mention. Now, if you're digging everything about the Ford Performance by Borla Sport system except the volume, check out the Ford Performance by Borla Touring instead. You're going to be getting the same quality, same configuration, just minus a little bit of volume. So now that you guys have a better idea of what to expect when it comes to the sound of the Sport system, let's get on to the construction and materials. And believe me when I tell you guys, the Ford Performance by Borla stuff is very much a premium offering, not only in the actual construction itself, but also those materials. You're looking at premium grade 304 stainless steel, the best material money can buy when shopping for an aftermarket system. Materials aside, you are looking at the straight through by design Sport Series muffler and resonator by Ford Performance and Borla, of course. Piping is 3-inch initially here before stepping down to 2.25-inch tubing, all mandrel-bent. And finally, everything is going to exit out one of the most unique tips in the category, these black chrome rectangular tips embossed with that Ford logo. But obviously all of that high quality materials, construction, build quality, all that good stuff, it does eventually add up, as you are going to be looking at the $1,200 price point for the Ford Performance by Borla Sport system, putting it in line with some of the other premium options in the category from Corsa, of course, and also the standard Borla stuff as well. But switching gears, let's talk about the install here briefly. And on the topic of a premium exhaust system like this, one of the things that you might not always factor into that premium price tag is the ease of install. And what I mean by that is this thing practically put itself together on our F-150 despite the extra material and extra hangers that are included with the kit. Very straightforward stuff, even though there is some small amount of cutting needed depending on your wheelbase. So that's why I'm sticking to 1 out of 3 wrenches on my difficulty meter and maybe an hour or 2 from start to finish before you're making some noise. Now, if you do need to trim that initial piece of pipe according to Ford Performance, just make sure you have a cutting tool on hand. Our preferred tool of choice is a Sawzall. Fresh metal blades to my protection, but you can use anything you have in the shop or garage. In addition to that, a basic socket set, cordless impact or impact in general will certainly speed things up. And then finally, some spray lubricant will help you with those rubber hangers. Before getting started with the install, you need to uninstall that factory cap back first. So loosen up the forwardmost clamp, slide the system back off the hangers, and drop the entire cap back in one piece. Just be careful, it is one piece. Can be a little big and bulky to move around by yourself. Once that factory system is out of the way, you can get to work installing the new Sport system from Ford Performance and Borla. Now, if you do have to cut, I'd recommend doing that first on the workbench or in a vise, just to make life a little bit easier. After you made your cut, or if you don't have to cut, you can get to work hanging this system from front to back. Save your final tighten up to the very end, guys, because Ford Performance and Borla, they do throw in some extra hardware, some extra exhaust hangers to get that extra tailpipe in place. This way, it'll allow you to move the system around a little bit with those clamps slightly loose before really hammering down with your socket set or your impact gun. After everything's tightened up, your installation is complete. The Ford Performance by Borla stuff continues to be one of the nicer options in the category from a material and build standpoint, and the Sport here certainly is going to help deliver plenty of volume on the outside while being relatively quiet on the inside of the truck. Wrap it all together with one of the most unique tips in the category, and you got an awesome system for the $1,200 price point. So guys, that is my review of the Ford Performance by Borla Sport system for your EcoBoost, which you can grab right here at AmericanTrucks.com.